Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am back again. First of all, thank you so much for showing so much love to my previous video. I was thinking what should I talk about, and I thought of this topic called how to not lose yourself in a relationship. Okay, the relationship might differ. Like for some people it can be a healthy relationship, for some people it can be an unhealthy relationship. So, yes, there are people who lose themselves in a healthy relationship too. Yes, there are a lot of people because you see, when you have struggled a lot in your life, you finally find someone who is very calm, a relationship who is very calm. Okay, initially there can be some struggle for some people. The struggle is not there. They just randomly find someone and they feel so comfortable that they forget about themselves, their identity. You might have heard your mom saying that I was so good at this before I got married, and people who are in a relationship saying I am happy with whoever I am with, but before getting into this relationship, I used to do this, this, this. I somehow or I somewhere miss those things of my life. Like they don't have any complaints from their partners or their life, but they just miss themselves. And yes, this is a serious issue. People in healthy relationships do miss themselves after a while, because initially you see, when you find someone who actually wants you and who is healthy for you and who is wanting to be with you, this might feel like a dream, and you get so carried away by this dream, you get so happy and everything, that you just want to hold on to it more and more. And in that want to hold on to that person or that relationship, you forget that you are a human too. You start prioritizing the other person or the relationship, not because someone is forcing you, but you are just so happy and so full of love and full of life that you want to prioritize that part of your life, which is okay. And some people struggle from issues like abandonment issues, self-worth issues, fear of having conflicts. So in those relationships, be it healthy, be it unhealthy, they just want to like suppress themselves, because they think, what if I say this, what if this good person leaves me, what if this person abandons me, I found a good person after a long time, what if it just ends one day. This is with people in a healthy relationship. So they just start suppressing themselves because they just want to make it all work. But the thing is, to make it all work, you have to speak up for yourself, because when you met this person or when you two started to get to know each other, you were stating your truth, right? You were. So losing yourself or suppressing yourself isn't going to help in any ways. Probably 2 3 times you will feel a little calmness, but then in that calmness too, there will be a lot of resentment inside. Even over the years, that resentment will lead to something very destructive. So the best thing to not lose yourself and to have a healthy relationship is to not suppress yourself. Don't, never. And yeah, talking about the people who are in toxic relationship, first of all, people who go into toxic relationship are either people pleaser or they already have a trauma, right? So their main instinct is to not seek a partner. They just seek someone, anyone, anyone. Okay. And in their childhood, if they have been with abusive parents or emotionally unavailable parents, they only knew that probably holding on to this thing would make it better, but that did not happen with their parents, so they are trying to project this thing in their relationships. So in order to make it work, in order to find the best in the person, in order to make things good, or make their imaginary world into reality, they still try to stick on to that person and they lose themselves. When later in their relationships, when they try to understand that these people are like not the good ones, and whatever I say, there is always something which is not so comfortable for me, they also start suppressing themselves. In the first one, it was suppressing out of wanting to make it work, out of love. Here, either it is trauma response or they don't want fights, because later those fights get ugly and they are just not ready for it, because in their dreamland, in their dream world, in their imaginary world, they're just expecting good out of people, and seeing people becoming something else which they have not expected, they're not ready for them. And if they're not ready for them, they will not communicate. Now I'll be talking in a general way. I'll try to add the points. The third thing is, people in a relationship, when they get very comfortable, they stop taking care of themselves. Why? They just stop. Like when you don't have anyone, you have all the will to get ready, got glammed up, and get that validation from the opposite gender or the same gender or whatever. Okay, because you're not getting a validation, or probably it is not enough for you. Whatever reasons may differ from person to person. Not everyone is getting ready to get validation. No. Okay. But the thing is, after you get into a healthy relationship or whatever relationship, you start getting that validation from your partner. And if you're in a good relationship, that person will validate you even if you look like the most ugliest person on this earth. So you start becoming comfortable with that version of you, and in that version you stop exercising, you stop eating good, you feel so comfortable and everything that you just want to rot on the bed whole day, watch Netflix and eat a chunk. But I understand initially in the relationship this might feel very comfortable and very good, but after a while, even if your partner appreciates you, what about you? What about your body? Right? I understand that your partner might love you for this body and you might also be comfortable with this body, but is it a healthy body? And in toxic relationships, these people are so triggered by the traumas and always in a survival mode that they don't even know there's a life beyond this relationship and these traumas. So their body and everything comes afterwards. And these people develop various illnesses too in the meanwhile. Some people develop heart diseases, some people develop breathing issues, some people develop PCOS and stuff like that. It's not gender specific, but both the genders. Okay, because most of your time is spent into thinking, now what is he thinking, what does he wants, how do I make everything calm. So if you are in so much chaos, you do not find time to spend it on yourself. The people who do are amazing, but the people who don't, this is a reminder for you to start working on yourselves. Okay, I know in any kind of relationships you want validation from your partner, and it is okay. It is very normal to seek validation from your partner. Like, I mean, who doesn't want a validation from his or her partner? But the thing is, if you are making everything around your partner, then where is your life? Where is your life? And probably sometimes the thing which you are doing is very good for you, but at that moment your partner is not in the mood, or he is doing something else or the other, and is not able to validate you. What you will do? You will stop doing that thing, or you will not consider doing that thing. But the thing is, if everything you are doing is just for the validation of your partner, who is the one suffering? Who is the one suffering? So kindly take some time out for yourself, understand who I am, what do I like, and no matter if your partner likes it or not, it is okay if you do something and your partner doesn't like it, except cheating and hanging out with other gender people and stuff like that. It's like doing something in your life. Like, there are certain points in my life where my partner cannot be comfortable with me going on a dangerous trek, and I love that, and all I could do is reassure my partner, but my partner is not in the place to stop me, or my partner's opinion or my partner's being scared should not stop me, because that is what I like, that is what I want to do. I've seen so many people changing the roots of their life, their relationships, their family, their friends, their careers. People just leave their careers, people just start their careers just because their partner likes or dislikes that part of their life. And I understand little adjustment is required when you want to make a relationship work, which is okay. But in those adjustments, don't just forget about your life, don't make your life revolve around your partner. Do not. Same thing, you will like it in the beginning, it will be so good. After some years, when happy lovey-dovey phase will fade a little and you will get grounded a little, you will miss the old you will. And then in some relationships, partner has a direct impact, you can blame your partner, but the thing is the same, you cannot change your life. And in some places, the girls or the guys themselves, without even their partners saying, change their lives. Who are you to blame then? Who are you to blame? Just think about it. I know. The social media and everything makes us feel if he wanted to, he would. If she wanted to, she would. Change her life because of you. Change her career paths, his career paths because of you. But this is not how life works. This is not how life works. And I know that when you're in a relationship, you just want to leave everything and just be with your partner, which is okay. But are you stable enough? My partner will try to be stable enough, but are you stable enough? Are you? All I'm saying is it is okay to be dependent on your partner, but please remember that you are someone too. Don't just lose yourself. Out of love you do a lot of things with your partner and by being dependent on your partner, but please, 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 please don't lose yourself. That's all what my point is. There are some people who do a lot of things either by suppressing themselves or prioritizing their partners and doing things going out of their ways for their partners, and then they want appreciation, and sometimes they don't get the appreciation because maybe that person didn't wanted that. Maybe this is how we were conditioned, that you being a woman or a male, whatever, you have to always give. For women, probably we were told to always give emotions, show emotions, be overly giving, ask my partner 10 times a day, have you eaten, have you like done this, have you done that, whatever. And you being a male, someone else being a male, maybe you were told to always give gifts, like provide security, probably in terms of finances, gifts, food, everything, but probably that's not what your partner wants at that moment. And then when they'll be like, I thank you for whatever you have given me, but this is not what I wanted at this moment, then you will be offended. But I gave so much of mine, I gave so much of my time, I gave so much of my efforts. Why isn't he or she appreciating my efforts? Because they didn't wanted that. There are a lot of people who just assume that my partner might want this just because it's all over the internet, just because it was being told to me. There are a lot of people who get scared of the intensity of the relationship and they start hiding things or start internally competing with their partners. Bro, that is your partner. If you're feeling any of these emotions, either you're with the wrong one or you're not communicating with your partner. I know you might have traumas, you might have gone through a lot of things in your life, but that doesn't mean you will start seeing your partner as your enemy or someone else. Kindly communicate. Kindly communicate and ask your partner, do he actually wants you to be awake till 4 a.m. in the morning and spoil your sleep schedule? No one wants that. If someone is actually wanting to be with you or wants to be with you, that person would want you to take care of your health, your sleep, everything. So this is what you all do to lose yourselves in the relationship. And what should not be done? Kindly stick to your schedule. Kindly stick to your schedule, no matter what. If you used to do meditation, yoga, any hobby, anything before meeting this person, do not leave that. Probably you can shift from one hobby to another, one schedule to another, but have a schedule of your own. Have a life of your own. Have friends of your own. No, I'm not saying you to have fake friends, but at least one friend. Any friend, anyone except your partner. Not because you want to complain about your partner, but have people outside your partner too. Try to have. If you cannot, then that's a different thing. But try to have people outside your partner too. Sorry, my mic just went a little far away. Third thing is you start prioritizing yourself. I know when you're in love, you want to take care of your partner, but start giving to yourself too. Start giving to yourself too. You should, you need to, and you have to. Start being true to yourself and your partner, no matter what. If even if you have done a mistake, even if you have done anything else, even if you're scared to share, even if you think your partner will overreact, whatever, start speaking the truth to your partner. Start speaking the truth, no matter what. If the truth is leading to that relationship being spoiled, then that relationship wasn't worth it. If you'll keep on hiding yourself and parts of yourself, then do you think this relationship is worth it and this relationship is going to go in the longer run? Then there will be conflicts and a lot of resentment and stuff like that. And then you will complain on the internet and all men are like this, all women are like this. It's not about men and women, it's about you and your partner and your compatibility and your communication styles and the way you understand each other. And one thing which I have learned and I realized is that I know that we want us to be us, and was someone who was hyper independent, and being dependent on someone was the scariest thing, and it is for me, like now too. So whenever I feel like I'm getting dependent on someone, I try to withdraw myself back. But trying to be on your own doesn't mean you should make your partner feel useless or worthless or something like that. It's not about you versus the person, it's about being in a relationship, doing things with your partner, at the same time you should be in a relationship with yourself too, because at the end of the day we all are going to die and we don't know where destiny might take us. So if you have everything and anything which is just revolving around your relationship, then what is your life beyond your relationship? What do you have to say in your life you do or you have except your relationship? And if you don't have any answer to it, then this is the sign for you to watch this video and follow this video. Okay, so I might have missed some points, and that's okay because it was unscripted. So I hope you liked it, and even if you didn't, probably you like something else, and that's okay too. But yeah, all in all, I just wanted to work on yourselves and prioritize yourselves and be happy and make everyone happy around you. So yeah, that's it. What I wanted to say. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.